Hello and welcome to Bella Star Astrology. I am your host, Stella, here to bring you the weekly forecast and horoscope for December 13th through December 19th. I'm going to go over each transit that's happening this week and bring you some highlights as to how you can navigate all of the transitions in the stars. Astrology Explorers, I just want to remind you, if you are still looking to get a reading for 2022, I am offering a reading for the year 2022. Please feel free to go to my Instagram page at Bella Star Astrology and send me a direct message so I can give you more instruction as to how much and what you need to do in order to obtain your copy of your 2022 astrology reading. And of course, this week is going to be action packed. So I'm expecting lots of you to finally get serious about what's going to happen next year because of what is happening in the first few days of this week. Let's start with December 13th as Mars enters Sagittarius. And this is like a really good place for Mars. It's in a fiery sign. So, really, like the element really just connects with Mars. And it's sort of leaving that deep thinking Scorpio energy and going into this action packed Mars. So, all the strategy that Mars helped you develop while it was in Scorpio, now's the time to take that action. It's going to be something that you're really focused on executing all of the plans that you've been formulating, executing all of the things that you've been investing your time in. However, it is an impulsive energy. So be careful around your reactions, be careful around how you are being perceived, as well as be very careful about the fact that although you may execute your plans, you may not complete them. So make sure that even if Mars is going into the sign, you really pull on your own astrology, you really pull on your own strengths to be able to come into completion. And of course, we'll be supported by the full moon this week, but you never know. Make sure you finish your projects. Moving on, the same day, I'm telling you, this is like fire, 1, 2, 3, and it's all happening all at the same time. Mercury is going to enter Capricorn, and that's going to bring a real serious note to our communication, real serious note about how we communicate about our standing in the world, how we communicate about our career. Taking responsibility for what your word means. You're probably going to see on a world scale a lot of people being more serious about what they're saying, really taking into consideration what they are providing the world, what information they're providing into the world. This is a great day to spend time with, your family, specifically your siblings, your extended family, and of course, and it's going to be supported by the fact that it'll be Christmas in about a week. So we'll all be spending the holidays together if you celebrate Christmas. And of course, you'll be further supported by the fact that this is sort of the energy of Mercury. Mercury is not really comfortable here because it has to come into completion. Mercury needs to fully exercise its energy. So you might be, in a deep conversation with people and really giving them a lot of information, but really formulating full ideas, formulating full sentences even as opposed to cutting through everything. And the a Mercury mind in Capricorn is really going to have some energy to complete a project, to bring things into perspective. And of course, for your career, to have a good conversation with your boss, to really have a supportive conversation about what you're wanting to do with your future and what you're trying to accomplish. So take this time. Maybe you want to raise for next year. Maybe you want to talk about yourself in a meeting and what you've accomplished. Really highlight these things. And you might even have a conversation with your boss about being someone in a higher position. Remember that you're supported by this energy of Mercury and Capricorn, and really, really focus on helping improve your standing in the world while it's here. And also, if you're in media, and I'm assuming that you are in social media in some way, if you're listening to this YouTube video, go ahead and start working on your image. This is a great time to develop your brand, to study about how to develop your brand, how to improve your standing in the world. Maybe you want to transition the look of your website or develop a website, maybe develop your page, more pages, whether it's Pinterest or Facebook or whatever other platform you're on. This is also a really good time to improve that image as well. So, really supportive energy. I love Mercury and Capricorn. I love the energy that it's bringing of the seriousness that we're going to have. And of course, your word means something. So try to be as honest as you can. This is the same vibration as like Mercury and Scorpio, where like you're kind of like uncovering things, but it's more so that energy of, sure, you want to have the highest integrity, because if you don't, you will be caught. Like Capricorn doesn't like liars, definitely not people who are not high integrity, because this is the highest point of the chart. And just be as integral as you can, as honest as you can with people in whatever, applications you're filling out, especially communications you're filling out, emails you're filling out. Be as honest as you can, and do that with your significant other as well. Moving on, and this week, it's action packed at the beginning, and then by the end of the week, I'm going to skip right over it to go to December 18th and that full moon in Gemini. Like, obviously, this is the time to close up shop. If you are finalizing anything, try to do it before this full moon, especially if you're working in media, if you're working in communication. Like, this is such a great time to finally publish, the work that you've been doing, to put the final touches on the articles you've been writing, on the websites you've been working on. Like, put a bow around it and, unwrap it for the world. Like, let the world see where you're at right now. Let the world see where you're headed towards. And give a little bit of yourself into your projects. Communicate all of the things that you are trying to complete with your audience. And of course, you want to really like give of yourself for your projects and just put them aside. Like, you don't want things to linger after this and want to start the year fresh once the new year begins, right? So this is really supportive energy for those of you working in communication, working in media, as well as those of you trying to really have a deep conversation with someone that you have been talking to. Like, for example, you've got Mercury in Capricorn and a full moon in Gemini on the same week. Obviously, we're going to have some deep conversations with those we care about. So, this is the time to have a deep conversation with them. And then, of course, the energy is really supportive if you want to have a gathering, if you want to have, a nice group of friends come together. This is a great time to do that as well. And we move on. It's still going on. December 19th is another day where it's just like boom, boom, boom. Everything is happening all at the same time. So December 19th, Venus goes retrograde in Capricorn. So this is really bringing that like, ex-boyfriend energy in here. Or rather ex low self-worth energy. Like, all the things you've broken up with, you're going to be re-challenged to face. Like, am I worthy? Am I enough? Can I do this? What can I improve about it? How can I improve my relationship with myself? I'll be doing a full reading for all 12 signs of Venus retrograde Capricorn later on this week. So watch out for that. But really, the issues of self-worth, the issues of, how you've been setting your boundaries, are they really set? Are you really sure about what you're doing? So set those boundaries, set yourself up for success throughout these next 40 days. And most importantly, face your fears. Face the things that you've been putting under the rug. There's nothing better than a Capricorn facing their challenge and going head first towards anything. So this is a really good time. If there are problems of the heart, problems within your marriage, problems within your relationship, to really resolve them. Take advantage. This is the second time it's coming around. It's for a reason. The conversations you're having are for a reason, right? Then we move in the same day, and we have Chiron going direct as well. So more supportive energy for healing, right? We're really like, this is a day to like heal all wounds. We're leaving that full moon in Gemini energy. And then we've got Chiron going direct the next day. And it's like, please heal your wounds. Like, this is supportive of communication on a very serious level. So make sure that you take on those challenges. And just to give you a little bit of, support, a little cushion, you've got Sun in Sagittarius sextile Jupiter, which is bringing some luck into our lives and helping us face this day with a little pep in our step, right? So like I said, Sun basically in Sagittarius, sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. This is like the hope we needed. This is the relief we needed from this crazy week of emotional, just like, take it seriously energy. And definitely, if you look at this in like all optimists are going to be like really supported today. But if you're like a negative person, try to use that energy to infuse some optimism in your day, because the people who are most optimistic are going to survive. The people who are in gratitude are going to survive. The people who are focused on the goals of why they're trying to do things, on the goals of what they're trying to do, are most likely to succeed this week. So don't be fretting all of this, Venus retrograde energy. Oh my God, I'm going to have to face myself, when in fact you're being supported to be able to overcome it, right? With your communication, Mercury in Capricorn, with the fiery energy of resolve, Mars in Sagittarius, with all of the positivity of Sun in Sagittarius, sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. This is going to be an action-packed week full of healing, full of resolutions, full of deep communication, full of serious solving of problems, whether it be communication wise or actually solving problems. Take advantage of that energy, face your fears. And that's what I really think about Venus and Capricorn period, is face your fears. Face the ex that's coming back to haunt you. Face the lack of, confidence that you have that's coming back to bite you and saying, oh, maybe you're not enough. That's not true, ladies and gentlemen. You are enough. You can accomplish anything. You can overcome anything. Don't worry about the haters, especially the ones internally. And remember, the mind, or rather fear, is the mind killer. Isn't that the quote of the day, or the quote of the year? Quote of the last 2 years is fear is the mind killer. That's a quote from Dune. But for real, take advantage of this, Astrology Explorers. Make sure that you are equipped with the positivity you need to accomplish everything this week and to really close the books on a year that has been exciting, tumultuous. These are the last weeks of 2021. This has been a fun and yet challenging year. And of course, we are getting the nodes moving into Taurus. These are the last moments that the North Node will be in Gemini and the South Node will be in Sagittarius. So cut and get it going, guys. Make sure you get that going. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Super excited to really support all of you astrology explorers. Remember, I have the Astro Read podcast, which will be premiering a new episode this week, as well as the episodes it's been premiering. Gigi and Zane's episode really did well. So thank you so much for those of you who went to go watch it. And if you're not already following, this is Bella Star Astrology. We are here to support your every astrological need, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to motivation and helping you find your destiny. This is the astrology channel for those who want to keep their optimism up, who want to focus on their future, and who want to challenge, destiny and really take advantage of the free will that they have to utilize astrology to improve their lives. So thank you so much for listening and for following this channel and supporting it. And I hope you guys have a great week. Stay positive. Remember, if you keep your optimism this week, you will survive. Have a good one.